Oh, is it working? It is! Hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer. And of course, the boys, as always, as the players. Welcome back to our Warhammer Fantasy tabletop RPG show, where, in the last episode, our group of valiant warband members had gone and had a word with the Mage of Nuln. After gaining some insight and little bit more knowledge, they returned to the Three Crowns, or perhaps the Dragon, wherever their fancy took them. And they had a few days to research and to get their lives in order before they were to set off. Now, unknown to the party, Malleus von Humperdinck had felt quite bad about what had happened to Carla and the fact that she was slowly getting worse. This is also true for another member of the party, but he asked the Countess of Nuln if she could somehow see if one of her healers could find a way to help his valiant member of the Slayers of the Sky Beasts. It's now plural. Have you noticed? Grand
look,
plans
he's
for you
involving
lot.
us into stuff.
If we kill a seagull and put it on top of our
What?
ship, does that also count as a sky beast?
No.
A great eagle, maybe. So
The hell's an eagle?
after
Also, are you seriously wanting to kill a great eagle?
it's a sky beast.
I said seagull. Those bastards can die for all I care.
Those two are very different things.
That's not exactly a very fearsome beast.
The
Oh my
fiercest.
god.
Say that when they steal your food.
Oh no!
Not fearsome.
Not my food. In this game, they'll take your children and your own life. Probably your horse as well.
Wait, what? A seagull?
Maybe.
What's a seagull?
It's possibly that there is a seagull in the fantasy world that is ginormous.
A sea
Don't know.
troll, maybe?
Ooh.
No, fucking seagull.
We'll bring him a dwarven submarine.
Unbeknownst to Malleus von Humperdinck, the owner of the warband, the Countess had beseeched Bane to cure Carla of her ailment. And Bane, being kind of lazy, to be honest with you, he was like, I've got a cure. I have a potion in my... And Carla, not knowing, not realising, drank the potion. And she was indeed cured of her infliction. She also aged she got younger, progressed in age by 4 years. So she went from a nice 19-year-old to a 15-year-old.
God.
Quite a change.
Yeah, and now I have to explain this to Humperdinck.
And we left off last time with the group. Most of the group, not everyone. I believe that Aurelia is not here. Ragnar is not
Yes.
here. No,
No,
sorry,
yeah,
Ragnar
sorry.
is. Ragnar is.
Ragnar was the one that discovered the lolly.
It's just
Believe
Liliana
I'm
then,
still
isn't it?
in the
Oh, sorry,
force.
Aurelia.
Aurelia is currently either in the city or in the bar. Not sorry,
Maybe
no,
we're
not in the
shopping.
bar.
Yeah, I thought you were in a dragon.
In the dragon. Yeah,
The
she's
brothel.
either in the dragon or she's in the city, just window shopping. So
So sadly, you're not aware, as we carry on with our episode. We'll say a couple of hours have passed. Carla, you're at the moment, or last time we left off, you were in your room, and Ragnar, Caspar, and Livia had come to assist you. But after hearing what you had to tell, not really knowing what to do, it's up to you how you proceed from here. We'll say that it's around... I can't quite remember what the time was. Because this is the new day. Oh, actually, it's quite early. It's quite early. It's probably about 10 o'clock by now. 10 in the morning. Casper, just as a reminder for you, today is cloudy.
Okay. Okay, fair enough.
You know what? I need to go buy stuff. I need to feel better about myself, and let's go shopping.
Let's go to the mall.
Oh boy.
I probably shouldn't.
I'll get the gift.
I shouldn't probably throw myself in the temple of more, especially now.
Yeah, I can't see them being too sympathetic.
Hmm,
Would Carla need new clothes? Because she's
that's a
15
good
now.
question.
So,
Would I?
essentially, you've lost a couple of inches in height. Your waist and bust have also lost a little bit. Your clothes would still fit, but they look like they are clothes that have been bought for someone to grow into.
Ah, fine.
Because 15 to 19,
Yeah,
there is
that's
still a
fair.
change there. You know, you're growing
Oh
still.
my god, that probably also means I'm gonna have to have my chainmail refitted. God
Fine.
damn it.
You've got two dwarves with you. You'll be fine.
Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna have to work an aging ritual or something.
Isn't that just called waiting?
Well, more XP. You know what? Let's go axe shopping.
Now you speak my language.
What?
I need a new weapon. This stick is not gonna cut it.
I'm in depression mode, so I'll be sitting in the back researching. Too sad to go.
I might come along for
I
shopping.
swear to God, if any of the shopkeepers ask me why does a 15-year-old need an axe, I'm going to start
Medieval.
throwing punches.
Medieval times.
I know.
It's fine.
That's a fair point. Yep.
You got a license for that axe, girl.
What's a
Well,
Yes,
license?
I'm alive.
A hand axe, yes.
Probably best I go with you.
I mean, I can't exactly afford a full-on battle axe, so yep.
Well,
let's go
You could
shopping.
probably. Could you even hold one? Like,
Hold probably.
Mario's
Swing effectively.
Mario's got a
I doubt
pike,
it.
and he's 15.
And he can barely hold that pike.
yeah, he also shits himself, so.
He's never shat himself.
Sorry, pissed
Oh, I
himself.
forgot that's. Oh, okay. So what I'm essentially looking for
Fair enough.
is a best craftsmanship axe, which should cost me 60 gold.
You've been in Nuln for long enough that you know where good armourers are, so I won't make you roll for it. Yeah, you go in there. More than happy to take your gold and hand you off with a best quality axe.
Yay! So that's 60 gold out of my pocket. I want to quickly see if there's another dude that I want to buy, but I'll just message you when I get there, because that literally will probably not have any practical function.
Sure, that's fine. We can say it was 10 o'clock, so we can say that you have till like 1 o'clock to
Oh, and
you're
I
out
would
shopping for 3
probably-
hours.
I would also probably at least attempt getting some clothes that actually fit me better.
You can do that, easy. Liliana knows of a very very nice tailor, but maybe she spoke of it. Maybe she told you where it was before.
I mean, Aurelia.
God damn it,
Yeah,
Aurelia.
Both Aurelia and Aurelia know good tailors, so
See, that's not going to be an issue now in the other one because it's not doesn't begin with L.
First
If
time.
nothing else,
everything.
I'm gonna
Aurelia doesn't
drive.
begin with an L.
If nothing else, I'm
Doesn't
gonna
have an
drive
L in it.
Humperdinck crazy with my new weapon because he's gonna have to change the fucking patch again.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So sure, you can do that. I would probably say that around 1 o'clock, you guys have done your shopping. For those of you who aren't, doing projects, by about 1 o'clock you go back for lunch. I really don't like that music. Go away. That is not good. Let's go of any time.
So, how many hours would I have in the
Well, you would have. I mean, you don't have to turn up because you're doing a project. It's only if you're not doing a project that you would have to. That I would highly recommend that you go back for lunch.
I thought, the way you said it, I thought everyone returned.
Nope. Only if you're not doing a project.
Alright, thank you.
So, around 1 o'clock ish, Carla has got has probably needed some help carrying all of the stuff that she's gone out and bought. Casper, Livia, and Ragnar all assisting and perhaps picking up some things for yourselves. You make your way back to the Three Crowns, where, as you get close, and perhaps Aurelia, you might notice this as well if you head back to the Dragon around lunchtime, that there's actually quite a raucous, like jeering, chanting, singing, going on at the Three Crowns. And as you get closer, Carla and her group, you can see that there is a carriage outside with a number of chests on the back and on the roof and filling up quite a number of spaces. And it doesn't just have the driver, it has a driver and 3 guards. One on the front, sat with the driver, and 2 at the back, on the ground, just making sure no one tries to, cut a hole in one of the chests and sneak some valuables out.
Well, does that look like Humperdinck's do?
Yes, this is the one he is always in.
Yeah, that's also I would, because I can't find in the book, I would buy myself some jewelry, like the circlet I have on the picture. I don't know how much that's gonna cost. I am looking for the book, looking for jewelry,
Sure,
but I
it
can't
will be
find
in
anything
the
specific.
Old World Armory, is where you'll find the jewelry.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking
it's
for
pretty close to the bottom. I don't know exactly the page.
Transport.
But yeah, sure, you can do that.
Page 115.
Thank you.
117 in the PDF.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you.
That's right.
So as you all get closer, and you can see that clearly this is Humperdinck's. Well, not clearly, it's not his. He's rented it, but this is the one he's always in. As you get closer, you can look through the windows, and you can see just loads of people in there drinking, laughing, and then you hear Humperdinck's voice, finishing with a joke as there's a raucous uproar of laughter at the end.
What trouble is he getting us into this time?
Can't be worse than what we've already been through, unless it's about the Mortimer business.
Now you've gone and jinxed it. Let's go find out. can't.
The book doesn't have the specific one I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna count it as a necklace.
Yep, that's fine with me.
I'll be right back. Someone's at my door.
Sure.
It's your foot, probably.
You're being swatted. No! Ooh.
Actually,
Jinx
no,
it,
I'm not
man.
gonna buy it. I
Jinx
don't
it.
have enough money to buy the one I want, so I'm not gonna buy it.
So as you push open the door, you see Humperdinck there. He is, for the players, they know that Humperdinck is a large individual. He is not nearly as big. When he puts on his armour, and he's far more flat-stomached than what he makes out now. The party are well aware that he puts on extra layers of clothing, which may help with protection, but it definitely adds in his girth, and as he walks, he sways on purpose to make his stomach jiggle more than it should, with his treble chin. Again, he moves his head a lot more animatedly to increase the wobble. And as they walk in, and I told her that of course Humperdinck will always serve the people of Nuln. Yeah! There's banging on tables and there's drinks getting cheered.
Favorable crowd?
Yeah, he's bought a lot of free drinks.
I mean, I will cheer for the one who's bought me my
True.
drink.
Still, I said that out loud, so...
Ragnar, Livia, Caspar, come on in, come on. And these are my brave warband members, the finest that the Empire could... What do you want, little girl? I don't need another standard bearer. We have Mario here, a brave young Nuln lad.
But don't we need a beach?
I'm sorry.
Did I ever signed up?
Are you Mario's wife?
Listen,
I
I
know
just
you.
bought this axe with your money, and I'm gonna shove it up your ass.
Carla? What?
Long story. Long story that I don't want to tell. Short version? Magic.
He's just looking at the rest of them, the group, just like,
Bane sends his regards.
Bane? He drinks the rest of the whatever is in his glass. You'd notice now that he has quite rosy cheeks.
Oh,
Bane
great.
has...
She's buzzed too.
I suppose we will speak on this later on. Another one of my warband members that I did not recognize, because she is the master of the skies. He says to the crowd, and they just start cheering again. So raise a toast, as we will be going on a grand adventure. Once Black Powder Week ends, of course, we would not miss the celebrations.
We wouldn't dare.
But as you guys have come in, he kind of addresses the crowd and lets them know that he must attend to business, and he is pained to come away from them, but duty must come first. And he waves at the barman, and the barman just nods. Humperdinck takes up a booth in one of the corners of the bar, and a bar wench comes over bringing drinks and sausages and breads and different types of bar snacks of the medieval period. Over, and Humperdinck immediately starts taking bits of bread and sausage and cheese. Come, sit down, sit down. It is grand news.
I take a glass and sit down. And kind of look at the others to kind of do the same.
And you would notice that the drinks that you guys have preferred to have before when you've sat down with Humperdinck, for those of you who like wine or prefer a strong ale or just like a just normal half ale, you know, nothing to get buzzed, just enough to kill the bacteria off, they are all brought out. He has remembered what you drink.
So Blackhand has like 4 pints of Bugman's.
I'm not there.
I don't think he can afford that exactly.
There is actually small
Some
Bugman's
Bugman's.
keg. It's like he's got a takeout from the dwarven section of. It's like maybe 2, maybe 3 pints.
Oh my god.
Also, Blackhand will reduce on his alcohol intake. His finances can't handle it anymore.
You're not paying for it.
Yeah, you're not paying for this.
I mean, I'm not even there, so I won't even have it, so...
True.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fair enough. What have I got?
Fun,
Some red
from the
wine.
sound of it.
You get
Like a fine
nothing.
red wine, like essentially, because that's what he's seen you drink. He can't exactly provide you with blood wine. He's just like, yes, a fine wine on that one.
How very nice of you.
Just swirl it in the glass. Like, I can't really drink this, but at least I'll do this. This is over, so I can go back and research stuff.
So, I have grand news. The boat is finished. You all have your cabins and workspace and so on. Feel free to take your belongings down there whenever you please. We will most likely. I know you wanted a week, Casper, but my loins ache. I cannot stay in Nuln any longer unless I grow roots and root myself to the place. They itch as well, but I shall see to that before we leave,
Spare
of
us
course.
the details, please.
I
No,
recommend
it's a man's troubles. Don't worry. I wouldn't expect you to understand this yet, Carla. You're clearly not old enough, are you? He gives you a wink.
I still have the axe.
He kind of like raises his hands up, like, oh no. He's quite pissed at this point. And also the even better news is that I have spoken with the Countess. We will have supplies brought to us from Nuln. A contract has been made with the guilds, so our supply line should be quite good. Of course, time will take to have things shipped down, of course, but she has given us special decree, so things will be brought to us as quickly as can be. And on top of that, rewards for your fine effort, all of you. You are presented with a small chest, one of those on the back of the wagon there, a small chest. He's like winking at you as he says that, of gold. To be precise, 1,600 to be exact.
Well, shit.
To be divided between the party. Of course, any extras that you owe will be paid off. I have spoken to our friends Elizabeth and William. I have you can be ensured to tell Aurelia that the boots have been secured. William was
That's good to hear.
well, he wanted to show his gratitude for removing the fawn in all of our sides, the Marquis, along with the other riffraff. Was there anything else? I can't quite remember now. He picks up his wine glass and drinks.
The better.
Why? I quite like it here. Apart from the sewers, but who likes the sewers?
Yeah, thanks. The
Maybe it was
farther
best we went
away
on this.
I will be from that psychotic wizard, the better.
Ah, that was it. We leave on the 20th. We will enjoy the fireworks display tonight. Tomorrow is the end of Black Powder Week, and then we will. I suppose we could go on the 19th, couldn't we? If the celebrations are not too grand, or the leaving drinks not too deep.
What day is it today?
It is the 17th.
Ah, okay, so like 2 days.
Yes.
Black Friday weekends tomorrow, and then leaving. Okay.
Okay. It will certainly
Alright.
be good to get back on the road, though.
Right.
Ah, that was it. So, Ragnar, Livia, this will be important for you as well. The boat will be equipped with certain amenities to allow you to perform your blast. What's the word? Your specialties, your individual crafts. You are either to supply me with goods each week, or you are to pay for the installation of the doodads, thingies, bits.
Installing the doodads.
I could just use my own tools.
Very generous. I'm kind of stunned that human would think so much about it, but so I just kind of don't know what to say to that, other than thank you.
He kind of sits thinking
yeah,
to himself,
thank you.
just like, but of course, I mean, if we are going somewhere so dangerous, we need to be able to re-equip ourselves or repair goods, valuables, armor. That's the one. And the like. And what is the time, by the way?
It's still early.
No, it was late. Is it not evening?
It's morning.
Oh.
Probably late afternoon, I think.
Well,
Oh. It has been a long and long night.
how long have you been drinking here?
Oh, only a few hours or so. Is it hours? I forget. The Countess was quite pleased with our works, and the meeting and drinks and feasts went on a little longer than expected. I haven't been to sleep yet, but I feel the need to celebrate. This is why I do not like staying in cities too long. There's the want to indulge too much. He seems like really, like, with it and not with it.
Okay. Maybe when we start on our journey, you should take some rest.
I intend to. There's not much for me to do on the boat. And drinking alone is so loathsome.
Who said you had to drink alone?
Oh well, you know, I can't be drinking with everyone every day on the boat. It's in cities. I must do so much. Blast! I forget the word again. So you know, rubbing elbows and greasing palms. Not greasing palms. Well, greasing palms. things that nobility must do, and merchants. But I have probably. It's about time that I left Nuln, I believe.
I'm sure they'll be sorry to see you go.
Oh yes, many a bar wench will weep at the departure of Humperdinck. I can assure you of that.
Mayhaps even the Countess.
Oh, I should only hope so. I should only hope so. He sits back in the booth, lighting a cigar.
I mean, if you're into overhunt, you might as well get an elf then.
Did you say that out loud?
Too uppity, I'm afraid.
Harsh. Fair, but harsh.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Master Dwarf. Your women are too stubborn. Not for my liking, anyway.
I tell you a
Well-
secret, Humperdinck. They're too stubborn for us most of the time too.
Is that why your race is dying?
I was going to ask if that's why you're here with us, but
I mean, Carla, have you seen any female dwarfs lately?
ignore her. She's young and doesn't know what she's talking about.
I'm not sure. Do they have beards?
No. Lovely plaited sideburns, though. Quite fetching. Quite unique.
Very soft hair.
I probably saw one or two. I mean, it's known that there is the whole Dwarven Quarter, you know.
Yeah, there's a few around, but you know, their hair is too soft to my liking.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Picky. Well, I reckon we'll be too busy killing our rats in Nuln, or whatever the hell is there, in that blasted city.
Do you really want to be fighting rats again after what happened last time?
No, but knowing our lack, that's what we'll run into.
Well, don't worry, so long as you stand behind me. I may be short, but I'm not that short.
What height is Carla now?
I haven't actually calculated because, I mean, I was meter 67. I don't know.
Meet like a meter 50 now.
Oh god, that's cool. Damn it.
Meter 50, meter 55. I mean, 5
Isn't it like
years.
4 foot something?
I mean, am I barely higher than the dwarf?
I mean, Ragnar's like 5 foot.
Well, you know, you do get growth spurts in that time of year, or that time in your life, and, you know, you are still
Aren't
growing,
you
so...
already nearly at your proper height at 15?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
You got
I
a
think
bit
you've
more
still
left
got-
to go.
I think you've got until
Yeah,
you're 18.
like a centimeter
till-
or 5 of 10 at most.
One of my friends grew
Usually.
over a foot, so
Well, I think females stop
Oh,
growing at
that-
16.
One,
Well,
that-
fine.
that's
1 meter 50 is like
Mm.
4.9 feet tall.
you're shorter than me. Yes.
No. I do not approve.
We'll say 157 then. Because then
Right.
what were you before? 165. So you've lost 7. Yeah, that
Okay.
seems about right. Hey, look, I'm 6'2", 6'3". I can't quite remember when I last measured myself. I've had some, you know, growth spurts over 5 years. You were like me. You could have fucking just shrunk like by a foot or two.
Yeah, I did pretty much the same as you. Just shot up.
So, for the foreseeable future, Humperdinck is going to be sat just lounging around smoking his cigar. He'll probably be there until 5 when he finally decides to go and check on his boat and probably fall asleep.
Doesn't surprise me.
Alright then, if that's the meeting over, Casper will take his leave and go back up to the room and start researching again.
Sure. Humperdinck will say if you want to take your share now. If not, it'll be on the boat because he can't.
Yeah.
So it's 1,600 gold coins between the 6 of us.
1,600 divided by 6.
Yes.
So it's oh my god, it's with division. So it's roughly
266.6.
Yeah. So 260, say 266 each.
Sure.
Humperdinck will probably, after hearing someone do the maths, be like, give your extra to Mario. He'll need to buy supplies. He's a member of the war band now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
What? What do you mean? All this gold just starts
You're coming
piling
with
up
us,
next to him,
Mario.
like, what the? Is this why you're here? He's never
So
seen so
let's
much
just
gold.
each take 250. Give 16 to Mario each.
No, 6
Yeah.
each will be more than enough.
Yeah.
6 each.
So 260 each, right?
260, yeah.
266. Or
No,
260.
260 each. The rest goes to Mario so he can equip himself.
Yeah.
That means I can
Mario,
buy the thing I
buy
wanted to
me
buy. I think I'm not gonna buy the jewelry, and instead I'm gonna go for the telescope because technically I was supposed to the celestial
I
apprentices
believe I have a telescope.
get.
You
Nah,
can use that one.
I think I would still get my own because Heaven's Wizard.
Sure.
Here's something you can do. You can
always
share
use
or you can
mine.
buy your own. Carly,
Can
get some
always
lovely
use mine.
stickers.
I would like to inquire from Humperdinck quite how much the setup costs of the thing he's put on his boat are.
So,
I'm just gonna get a common one because
I think if you want to be completely paid out, I think it's 200 gold for the smith because you
I
have
mean-
a full forge.
I mean, I can produce something a week. It's not that issue. I was just curious.
And he's not on
How
about.
much would it be for me?
I need to just double check for yours because I think yours is a little bit. Was it a little bit more, a little bit less? I think it's. I can't quite remember. For the forging, he doesn't mean rune crafted. You just have to produce an item a week for him to sell on. So in the long run, he would make more profit out of it. Or it's 200 for the smith.
Okay. I was a bit worried about the runes, but physically can't do it that quickly. But if
No,
it's
no,
actual smithing, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it would be actual smithing. So that money would be divided up between the dwarves because it's a smith and engineer's workshop.
Yeah.
Or the so yeah, it's 200 divided by each of you.
By 2. So
Black
I
Hand,
go
if
each.
or for you, Black Hand, yours will be producing a engineering item each week.
Digital clock.
For the wizards and Livia, you have a fully stocked apothecaries area. All the jars, teachers, and bottles and things that you would need, the burning, the heating elements and things. You also have an area where you would be able to do enchanting or perform rituals in other terms. You'll find that there are all the mundane items that you would need. So any ingredients that cost bronze pennies are all supplied with multiples. Silvers and golds you'll still have to pay for, but anything low bronze wise, you have almost an unlimited supply of it. You also have the areas that clearly this is something that Bane has had a hand in helping with, or at least, if not him, his assistant, because there are magical elements that you would need. Essentially, it's a small magical workshop. And that would be 150 gold. But that can be split between... it's either 3 of you or 2 of you. I don't know how the magic casters want to do it. But for you guys, rather than producing items a week, or, sorry, if you don't want to pay, rather than you guys producing magical items per week, you'll have to do specific researches for Humperdinck. You'll have to do things that Humperdinck requests magically. This will mean that essentially if you're like, oh no, I don't want to do that, that goes against my philosophy, he'll be like, okay, turn to the next one. You'll do it then.
I mean, I've already offered to do that for him, so
I mean, we'd probably do that anyway.
yeah.
Well, it's a bit difficult. He doesn't quite understand magic, as he understands engineering, so he doesn't know if you can make him magical items per week, per month, no clue. He knows that Livia can do potions and things of that nature because you have he has made space for plants to be on his ship. But like the other magic users, he's just like, well, I don't actually know what they do. I have seen them throw finger wiggling things, but otherwise, who knows? So it'd be more of a case of you either surprising him by not, you don't pay, and every now and then you're able to do something within your magical alignment for him that's sellable.
I can divine him if it's a good time to do something or not. That's about my utility.
Well, Mini Carla, I'm afraid that's fortune telling, and it doesn't really pay that well. I mean, you look on the
did not
streets.
just call me Mini Carla.
It's better than Lolly, Carla. Come on.
Yeah, it's better than that at least.
He doesn't know what a lolly is, so it's like
I
little.
hate you all.
Isn't it something you suck on?
It's Humperdinck. He's
Let's not go there.
Please.
Humperdinck is one of these people who
Let's
would
move
definitely.
on, please.
Anyway.
I'm with Belby. It's just.
So,
Please, let's move
for
on.
those of you who so to be fair, to be kind, Aurelia, were you in the area? Would you have checked on what was going on?
This is unfortunate, but I would every now and then pop it back into the
Well,
crown.
So there's
But the
a
thing is,
carriage outside the Crown. There was lots of laughter, joyous things going on, and it's the carriage that Humperdinck always is in. So there are visual and audible things that you would notice if you're in that area of between 1 and 5.
the areas I'm usually between are these areas and these areas. So that's usually the path I take. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
that's usually where I'm around. So, and if I do see the carriage, I will go in.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go buy some stuff because I might need some things. And then when I finish that, I'll come back and just do some research. Is that right?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
So at
Okay,
around
what time?
5 o'clock, Humperdinck will take whoever wants to come to the boat to drop off any of your belongings. He's just going to go and crash and go to sleep. At this point, trying to talk to him is very, well, I would probably say that it has something to do with what were we talking about again?
You should probably get some rest and we can talk later.
Poor man doesn't have any cocaine, so he only has old world stimulants, and they're not. It's not
I
walk
mean,
snuff.
I'll introduce it to him after I get back.
I was about to say, we could just go to Bane to get him some, but...
By the way, this
Yes.
I assume I haven't yet received my seal and license.
No, not just yet.
I'm gonna have to actually go meet Bane for them, don't I?
Yeah. Ragnar's
No,
gonna go
sorry,
do his-
sorry. No. You have got your license. You haven't got your seal
Okay.
because Bane filled out a license for you, and then he would have sent word to the colleges, and the colleges would then send a seal over.
I would then just help move some stuff to the boat. And, since we had a while, I'll just get my mail refitted so I can actually wear it.
Sure, you can do that.
Oh, you can move my stuff over to the boat as well.
I do have to ask, at what time would I have arrived at the bar? Because I don't know how long I would be here, and when I would go there.
Well, no, that's entirely up to you, dude. I can't say for your character where you're going to be when.
Yeah.
You would get hungry.
I'll-
You would get thirsty.
I'll probably arrive in a little late, like a few minutes, like 1 hour before Humperdinck leaves. So I'll just go in. Is Scarla around, or is Scarla somewhere else?
I would be moving stuff to the boat, I think.
On foot, or would you wait for the car?
Not on foot, no.
So you're loading stuff into the carriage then, having stuff strapped onto the roof of the carriage.
I'm going to roll perception then.
Mario, since Humperdinck, all this gold's come down upon him, he's kind of scribbled it away, really tucked it away, and he's just like, since he's got all this gold, he's become a bit fidgety, and he's like helping load stuff into the cart as well. He keeps holding on to, like, checking that his coin purse is where it is. He's never had this much gold ever in his entire life, so he's like, oh fuck, I'm now a target. Shit. Well, no, I'm now a target. Oh fuck.
Takes a bit of
Also,
getting used to, doesn't it?
he seems
I'm
to be
going to
helping
go-
you out, Carla, quite a lot. Like when you lift stuff, he's taking the other end and assisting. 2 hands are 4 arms are easy. Many hands make light work. That's the one.
That's adorable.
So here's exactly what I'm going to see. I'm gonna approach the 3 crowns. I'm gonna see Mario and a servant girl moving stuff to the cart, and
A
I'm gonna
servant girl wearing full mail with
I'm
pretty
gonna go-
polar axe.
I failed my perception checks. I'm gonna completely gloss over you, and I'm just gonna go in.
Oh dear.
Ah,
You just see Livia nearby cooing softly. Or the two
Yeah.
15-year-olds.
Fucking weirdo.
Push the
Ah,
door.
Because
Oh,
Mario's
come on,
also-
it's cute.
Mario,
Humperdinck
stop
kind
giving me
of
those
wobbles his
eyes.
hand. Is that, Aurelia? Perhaps? Maybe?
Hello, Humperdinck. Been a while since I last saw you.
They'll tell you what's going on. I can't quite remember why I came here. Oh,
You
well.
were
He
drunk.
lights another cigar.
Booze.
Oh yes, it was the drink. The bartender kind of gives him a surprised look of really. Come on, man, come on. Drinks come over. He spills most of it.
Yeah, Humperdinck. Never change. I'm just gonna tap him on the shoulder and go talk to the rest of the party.
Please do change. Maybe for once don't send us somewhere where we most likely die.
Aren't you outside, Carla?
I'm fair. I don't know if I would have heard that or not.
You
So-
get a strong sense that someone nearby thinks that.
Because if you really, hear something like this, she's just gonna raise an eyebrow and be like, "Who the fuck is that new girl?" I'm just gonna say hi to Ragnar, to not Ezio, to Blackhand, Casper if he's around, and leave it. Just gonna have a drink and chill. I didn't really have much to do. I'm glossing you out. Then I'm just gonna have a drink with Ragnar and Blackhand. And I'm just gonna completely gloss over the servant girl it is with Mario.
Oh, have you seen Carla's new disguise? Aurelia? It's quite convincing. Is it not?
Raises an eyebrow. What now? Everyone's gonna look around the bar, not see Carla probably. What are you talking
Well,
about?
Mario is certainly taking a liking to it.
Yeah, it's very smitten. Or is it smoked?
At this point, I'm just gonna walk in. Alright, I think everything's loaded now. Most of this stuff, anyway.
Everyone's gonna raise an eyebrow. I'm gonna do another perception check.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna cock my head to the side. I'm gonna move my
Not
left hand to my
a
main gosh.
single word.
Miss Carla, if that was everything, I'm gonna get the rest of the parties wearing my stuff. He
Just
gives
drag
you a little wave and walks up.
Oh, Mario, before you go, I'll take you shopping tomorrow.
Ragnar,
Yeah.
did you spike my drink perhaps?
I wish.
Would I do that to you? I'll explain everything in private.
I'm gonna point at a kid and I'm gonna say, is that a relative of Carla or is that a chibi Carla? What the fuck is going on here?
The fuck's a chibi?
What?
It is Carla's new disguise. And I kind of kick you under the table.
I hate all of you people.
I'll
Do you
explain
even
how
have to reach, Ragnar?
I'll explain how she did it later.
Ira's just gonna look at you, wide-eyed, look back at the little kid. Ira is now gripping the main gosh with her left hand and is just gonna say, okay.
It's the armor, isn't it? Makes me younger.
Ira's just gonna cock her head to the side. She's like, what the fuck is going on? She's just gonna... she's gonna be mind broken for a little bit.
The disturbing thing is that the notorious child killer is currently grabbing her weapon while she sees a child.
How did I know she's a
Sorry,
child
sorry.
killer?
Nobody knows that I'm a child killer. Well, technically you guys do, because
No worries, that was out of character, but still.
I'm just gripping my main guys with my left hand, like, what the fuck? She's suspicious. She's a little bit confused.
We will explain. Just we don't want to give away the tricks of the trade in front of the common folk, do we?
You're trying too hard.
Magic.
I'm not there, so don't worry about it.
You're making it sound a lot more suspicious than it is.
Well, you don't need to.
Okay.
Just put your weapon away. Just relax. It's all fine.
I'm just gripping my weapon. I haven't, unsheathed it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just like,
Look, if you want to stab me already.
By the way, how late would it be at this point? I think I would arrive at the bar around 7.
It's about 4:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Radloff's still got to go do.
Humperdinck's
his root
leaving at
crafting.
5.
Probably, should I get there before Humperdinck gets there? Before Humperdinck leaves?
It's up to you.
Yeah, entirely up to you. He's past the point of being able to. He's past the point of being able to speak. So he's just sat in his booth right now, just with a cigar, just kind of just watching the world through. Like, this guy's been drinking since last night.
Yeah.
In the old days, he's probably like snorted some coffee beans to get him to this far. So yeah, it's entirely up to you. The rest of the group can tell you what he told them.
I will probably remain at the force since I don't have the knowledge and I feel like it would be too meta to suddenly change my schedule.
Not a problem.
If I was to buy a book, what was that book he recommended I get?
Oh, the one about the stories about. So it would be the romantic tales of Slovenia.
Okay.
That's the
that
sentence
was-
I never thought I would hear.
That would be where every province has romantic tales from it. That in those tales, you would more than likely find stories of the knights who are most prominent in that region. So for Sterling, Sterling. Most of their tales, the knights involved would be the Knights of Moor or the Knights of the Raven. So not the Knights of War. They don't really do romantic shit. It'd be the Knights of the Raven.
I'd be
Oh, the Knights of the
very
Raven, those are the
confused
ones
what
that-
type. I'd be very confused what types of romantic novels a Knight of More would have.
Necrophilic?
No, they're defenders
The
of.
opposite.
So Knights of the Raven defend the graveyards from the tampering.
No, that's the Blackguard.
Knights of the Raven are the quote-unquote offensive. They're
They're the
not
ones that base vote
technically-
Sylvania.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
this
they're
is
not
for
tech-
Sterling.
Well, no. Because usually a Tempus of More would have a few Blackguard Knights within them.
That's only dependent on. So, for example, the Temple of Moor in Siegfriedhoft is Knights of the Raven. That's their home recruiting zone. That's where their base is. So when they have a Knights Templar, Knights of the Raven, Knights of the Lion, I think is another one. in their cities, they defend. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but then I might be wrong on that.
There actually is Knights of More. The Blackguard and the Knights of More are. Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking the Blackguard are dark elves. Yeah, the Knights of More.
No, Blackguard are the. That's
The
what they're called.
The Blackguard are the one official Knights group. I can't remember what Knights Brotherhood that fight for more.
They are
Now,
Knights Templar.
They
Templar Order.
will kill living and dead. If you go near one of their bloody graveyards and you're alive, they will kill you. That's how the Blackguard work. Come near our graves, we will destroy you. They do not like the living or those that raise the dead. They're not nice people. The Knights of the Raven protect the graveyards and protect the living. So they're the ones which in the romantic stories you would hear about. In the tales of knights doing good things for the people, for more, it's them. When you want to go on to the horror stories about this is why you don't fuck with more, the Blackguard come into it.
They're just serious about their job. It's fine.
Regardless.
That was a tangent.
So for yours, you would, for the romantic stories of Slovene, it would be the Blood Knights are prevalent in there. Because again, these are a lot of these stories are folktale oriented. You know, like the Robin Hood of our day, or the story of Robin Hood, anyway.
Okay.
So that would be the book that he recommended. You could actually get it as the cheapest volume.
The cheapest.
So the 75 gold book.
Yeah.
However, that will be more generic. If you do spend more money on the book that's handwritten, there might be more information about them in there because it's an older book. It hasn't had the church's hands all sticky and good going over it.
Good is 3 times, isn't it?
No, for books it's just the different variants. So printed, glued, illuminated.
So glued, stitched, illuminated. All right.
Yeah, you could pretty much go for stitched because that would be one that's
yeah.
If you did go with illuminated, I'd just tell you that there's like paintings of how he may have felt rather than words.
So stitched book, 100 gold pieces. I make sure I actually have enough money for all this. And what else do I need? Well, I know what else I need, but I can't really get it yet. I'm gonna get rid of those. Actually, let's see some more. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay. All in all, I'm spending 181 gold. Okay.
Shit, I just realized something. I need to do math again.
A Lucky Charm's 10 gold, isn't it?
Oh, I should get one of those too.
260.
Don't you still have one, or is that like
I do,
more a
but it's
backup
gonna
one?
Load anyway. One lucky charm.
I forgot I need to... I believe so, I need to mark off 26 gold because I technically earned that and that's taxable.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well,
I'm glad
the
I
taxes
remembered so
yeah. So, at 5 o'clock, Humperdinck is helped into the carriage by dear young David Wise, aka Mario Jenkins. He helps his lord into the wagon. He would probably tell the driver, I've got something I need to do, so take my lord on to the ship. Yeah, you know which ship is his. Get the crew to help you, get him on board. The driver just gives David a wave and does that thing with horses where you, get up! Horses take off, carriage goes, Humperdinck snores, distance now. Hardly hear them. David turns to the rest of the group. I've got to go and let my family know that I'm leaving. So, bye. He goes off.
Can I scrutiny that? Or whatever it's
Sure.
called in this.
You want to roll perception. I believe there are pluses, but I'll tell you them afterwards. Just roll it flat for now.
But I'm pretty good at perception anyway, so.
He's telling the truth. He's going off to say goodbye to his family.
Just don't get robbed.
Yeah. He comes back, goes upstairs and takes his pike. Removes the banner. Removes the banner. What does he keep the banner on? No, he keeps the banner on. Fuck it. It's prestige, motherfucker. It's up there. Goes marching down. The pike held high. He's got used to the pike stance now and how to walk with it. Looks like he's been practicing.
Our little Mario's growing up.
Suppose he...
How heavy would such a bike be? Out of character.
Pike,
Quite heavy.
It's imagine, so it's probably the same weight or similar weight to a scaffolding pole, one of the long ones. So yeah, quite heavy, quite awkward. Once you've got it up, quite easy to balance, but it's the lowering of it that's really difficult, especially for him and Carla. So he goes off. You can, but after he disappears into the crowd, you can still see the pike in the air of the banner, the Sky Beast. There's no actual Sky Beast in there yet. It just says Sky Beast.
Did you guys know he had a family?
It's got Humperdinck's sigil though.
Of course he has a family.
I just thought he was some orphan child we adopted.
We literally snatched him from a fancy club.
Anyone want to follow him?
Really is literally just staring at Carla like, what the fuck?
I would have followed him if I wasn't the big sad, but instead I'm going to go back upstairs and read.
I'm not gonna follow him. He's already making the eyes at me.
You know what? I'll follow him.
All I said was he was helping you out. Was he was like, giving you a hand lifting things.
Each robots.
We're a robot.
As always, Discord is having its usual moment, so please give us 1 second. It might take longer, actually. I am yet to connect. It is sadness. Am I still...
As always, Discord
beautiful.
still have a brain fart.
Hello.
It's all good. It's all good. Huzzah.
Seems better now.
I can't remember what we stopped on. So David is going off.
I would follow him to make sure he doesn't get robbed. Because everyone else is so caring about his about his welfare.
Remind me again, how did we acquire him again?
We literally just plugged him
We
from
literally
Stole him.
Forcefully adopted him.
We literally conscripted the guy.
Can you guys hear me okay? Oh, hang on, it sorted itself out. Never mind. It was on red. It was on never mind. He knew where the black market was, so you stole him.
He was the only person that knew. So we were like, you're useful.
Yoink.
Plus, he also saw the sniper, I believe.
I
remember you guys mentioning that. Cause
So I accidentally rolled too many dice. but one of them was like a natural 1 or a natural 6. And I was like, so who else is here? And I think someone mentioned, isn't the kid who had the pistols, who handed the pistol to Livia, isn't he here? And it was like, oh yeah, he
I
is.
was the one that said that.
He had the pit. Yeah, now I remember.
He used to work for the
Golden Hammer.
Golden Hammer, and then Humperdinck took him. So Ragnar, if you'd like to follow him, you can do silent move. You can roll any of this. No, it's just silent move, isn't it? No.
Yeah, that's not gonna go well. There's silent move and then there's shadowing, and I straight up can't do shadowing because it's advanced skill.
Do you want me to follow him? You just have to break me out of my, confusion spell because I'm still staring at Carla.
I would probably drag you with me because you're better at following people than I am.
Okay, I will stumble as you pull me out. I'm still looking at Gallagher like, what the fuck?
What is that thing? It's a liar.
What is that?
I just whisper to you, Bane gave me a potion for her. It healed her, but did that.
But what? How? She's still confused.
Do you have an
Your
option?
mind is too illiterate to understand.
You can you can roll shadowing, which is an advanced skill, which will obviously less degrees but of success, but you'll do better because it's an advanced skill, or silent move.
I don't have shadowing yet. I don't have silent move yet. Could I use conceal instead?
Yes, you could.
I can do silent move, but concealment is probably better, and I'll be pulling Ragnar behind me.
I was gonna say I can't do either.
I'm gonna use a fate point because why not?
I was gonna say I've set the SR quite low for this, so you're easily able to conceal yourself in the crowd. You can't really miss him. He's holding a pike with a banner in the air. A pike's 12 foot long. It's really easy to spot him. So
big.
So little David Wise, well, he goes somewhere that one of your party would have remembered. He leaves the 3 crowns, pays his 2 bronze pennies to cross the bridge, and he heads off down into the slums. You guys watch as he walks down one of the alleyways, and there is a large group basically of red-headed children all playing in the streets, dirty and scruffy, and they just see this person holding this large rod with a banner, and they kind of look a bit confused, but then they see who's holding it, and you can all just hear them shouting out, "It's Wisey! Wisey's back!" They all go running over to greet David Wise.
His name.
You're not there.
As the kids are all calling out this other kid's name, a woman, red-haired, rosy-cheeked, comes out and, oh, by the gods, David, we thought you'd gone missing like your brother. Where have you been? Oh, well, I'm part of a war band, Mum. Oh, what's happened to your voice, love? What's the fucking... What do you mean? What do you mean John's gone missing? Wasn't he... He was waiting at the Golden Hammer. Well, I haven't been there in... feels like weeks now. A noble lord's hired me on. What the... You're lying. You're part of a gang or something. I'm not. There's a lovely little moment between the family where you can see David handing out 30 gold coins of what he acquired to give to his dear old mum, taking him down to 11.
Aww.
See, I can be like, there could be little family moments. But of course he has a
The
family.
boy won't be able to afford any armor with 11 gold, though.
No, of course he can't. He'll scavenge off the dead for a while. He's got a lucky charm. That's all he needs.
I was gonna say he can get some decent leather stuff. That's about it.
True. Yeah, I might give him leather armor. We'll see. He'll have his spending spree after the game has ended. But yeah, there's probably about an hour or so of just this moment between the red-headed family, the Wises. Do you guys just want to just stand there and just watch for this time, or do you just like, okay, he made it home safe?
Aurelia will.
Aurelia, don't you dare! Don't you dare kill these!
I will not approach this family. I will just stay in the shadows. I will not even I will not even peep out of the cover. Worry not, I will not even peep out of my cover.
Oh no!
Aurelia.
Yeah, I think you figured it out, Waldo.
Aurelia.
I'm just gonna stay in cover. I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna show
feel
myself.
as if someone is watching you.
She would have to be very good at looking around.
As you
is this by any
feel-
chance near?
As you
It's very-
feel the locked on gaze. You look around and it's not from the alleyway. Perhaps maybe moving your hand towards a weapon. It's not ahead of you. You look to the side, across the street. And across the street from where you are, there is a little red-headed girl carrying a little bear. Her eyes are almost bulging out of her head as she is white, her freckles standing out all the more as she just stares at you.
Two things. I'm currently wearing my mask because ever since that incident, I've been wearing my mask. And did you really see me with a concealment success of 7?
Natural 1.
Wow.
Well,
Yes.
at least I have the mask on, so I wouldn't say she.
Guess what? As you look round,
Out of chat.
you've seen this girl before.
Oh, I have. I'm just gonna stare at her dead in the eyes and I'm just gonna watch. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm wearing my mask.
She doesn't say as she's just stood still, white as a sheet, just staring. Doesn't say a word. Doesn't.
Fuck. I remembered.
I'm going to raise a single finger up to. Well, I'm wearing a mask, but basically I'm gonna raise a single finger and just make shh to the little girl.
Why do I have the image of the
Aurelia.
Joker in my mind?
And I will move further into the house.
Who is that? They recognise you. They look scared of you.
I'm gonna look at you right now and say, "Nah, you're two scary people. I'm wearing completely black clothes and a mask. Of course, you're me.
I mean, that's fair. Guess.
I'm going to repetition.
Is Discord dying again, or is this just me?
I think it's
Discord is having a fit.
It's having a bit of a stroke. Let's just give it a minute. Just it's okay. It's all right. And there we go. See. So do you guys leave the scene? Are you content?
I'd say we wait until he's on his way back because he still has money. I don't want him to get robbed. He's too sweet and dear for this world.
Sure. You can stay there for an hour. There's an hour long.
You
of
really
him.
will change cover.
The girl
She'll go-
just stares at you, just doesn't move except from her head just turning, just like.
I
Can I
get
go
that.
over to her?
Again,
As you
I
walk
will
over,
grab-
her gaze
I'm
doesn't
grabbing-
break. It's like,
If Ragnar moves towards her, I will grab Ragnar's, by the back of his shirt, and I'm just gonna pull it, and I'm gonna change location.
What? Let me go, Elf. Like,
Ragnar, we are here. Undercover. Come on. I'm just gonna pull you.
but if she calls the guard on us, we won't be undercover. Just shrug off your thing to go talk to her.
Which is precisely why, Ragnar, we're going to change position. Come on.
Or you could just take off your mask. These
I'm
humans
not
won't
gonna-
be able to tell the difference anyway.
Everybody's gonna look at Ragnar. No, Ragnar, I'm not gonna take off my mask. And I'm gonna, if you don't follow me, I'm just gonna go shimmy the darkness.
I'm still gonna go up to the girl.
Ah, okay.
It can be very slow and very non-aggressive towards her. Like, I'm okay. It's fine.
It's still staring at me. I'll make the noise for shutting it to her from darkness.
yes, she still unless you like break line of sight completely, she is just like. And once you do break line of sight, she's just staring in the position of where you went out of line of sight. As Ragnar approaches, she just doesn't seem to notice. And if you like touch her or like put your hand in front of her face, she's just like and runs.
Perfect. Out of character. Perfect.
She doesn't run towards David's house. Like, she runs like in a really wide ass loop away. She's definitely on like the street behind David's house. And as you look at the kid and David's family, you're like, there's a resemblance there, but this kid did not run to maybe cousins or maybe a relation, who knows?
It's not good that you're saying that with the ginger hair. There's a lot of them that are ginger, right? Yeah, that's.
It's alright, I'm allowed to be mean to gingers because I was one.
You're allowed to be mean to gingers because they don't have souls.
That's not true. That's not true. No one has a soul. Because we're all sinful.
In fact, we gain a freckle for every soul we take.
Exactly.
I must be mindful then.
Like I say, does that make Aradia a ginger or?
So yeah, the kid just
That
screams
girl
and runs
was-
off.
I just kind of look around, just like, well, that was odd, and turn around and walk back into the shadows.
As you turn round, there's a little old lady has come out onto the street and just, oh no, oh that poor Irene, poor Irene. He turns round and goes to walk back.
Excuse me,
Oh yes.
what, why are you saying poor? What happened?
Oh, the poor thing. Her brother died. Horrible accident. Horrible accident. Involving fireworks. Terrible shame. Ever since then, he hasn't said a word. She keeps saying he was shot. But there's no evidence. He blew his leg off. I mean, his feet gone. That's not from a shot now, is it? Poor
Not
girl.
from any human shot.
Deranged, most likely, after she saw what happened.
I saw her looking scared, and I was trying to go comfort her. I hope I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh no, she normally screams whenever she sees something that she thinks reminds her of the day. Firecrackers don't seem to do it though, but bottle rockets do. Strangest thing. Like she watched the fireworks and wept. When one of the children fired a bottle rocket near her, she screamed like just then and ran away. Poor girl. May the gods protect her.
Yes, may the gods protect her. Could I ask you a favour? I know I don't particularly know you. I fish around in my pocket and pull out 2 gold coins. Like, could you give this to her family? Horrible what happened. I only hope it can help a little.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Very, very generous of you. Of course I'll do it. I know where they live. I'll take it to them right now.
My thanks, and may the gods be with you.
She takes the 2 gold coins and she very slowly, shuffling along, an old lady in the dark ages, a cruel world in the peasant section, just shuffling along.
Ragnar thinks she's not much taller than me, and yet she's so slow.
So shriveled.
So small. Walks back to Aurelia. I'm guessing I remember the day that a kid with blown off feet happened outside our thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that was the same day I decided to pray to my ancestor gods, because that was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you'd remember something like that happening.
I'd walk back to where I saw Aurelia last and tried to find her. Would I need to roll perception to find Aurelia, or?
That concealed, you can find her.
Or would she make herself?
If Aurelia sees you looking for her, she'll just glance and you get over.
What was that? Sorry, Discord cut out for a second again.
So I'll basically just motion you over if I see you.
Yeah. Just go. That was tragic. What happened to that girl's brother? You know that child from a few days ago, outside our.
Oh my god,
Our
was this the
accommodation.
sister? Oh,
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Did you just not realize?
You only got on?
I just got back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So-
fair enough. Sorry.
You know, the day we assaulted the Marquis's manor, there was that poor boy who blew his feet off.
Everyone's just gonna cock her head to the side and say, "What about it?
That
Is
was
she related to the boy in any way?"
that was that was his sister. She saw everything. She's quite the story to tell. She says he was shot by a bottle rocket.
Everyone's gonna cock her head to the other side. Huh. Oh,
And that only certain things remind her of it.
such as?
Well, bottle rockets, for a start, though that's unsurprising, given the incident. But I'm guessing also people wearing masks that look like yours can't be a common thing.
Everyone's gonna cock her head to the side again. I very much doubt. Well, perhaps she has seen the mask on a wall on my room, but I don't usually wear this, Ragnar. I started wearing the day that we went to the. Well, the first time I wore this was the moment I left to go onto the. Well, siege of the Marquis' house, so maybe she saw me when I left. I don't know.
This is quite a difficult thing for me as a player, because I'm like, Ragnar's not dumb. He's actually really quite smart. But I don't know what... I'm just going to roll in to see if he can kind of piece together stuff.
I mean, the thing is, the kid wouldn't have seen the mask. She
No, I
only
know.
she would have seen my face, so the mask doesn't really.
I know. I was going to go with that kind of a roll. Like, Ragnar knows there's something you're not saying, but he's going to leave it at that. Yeah, well, I left a donation for her family. No one should have to lose a child. Don't you think, Aurelia?
Aurelia's just gonna shrug and say, "Oh, they're humans, and they live in Nuln."
Wow. Fucking
Wow.
wow.
And then she's gonna look around and we're in the slums, Ragnar. They are not as refined as you and I.
Still a shame, the loss of life.
Aurelia's is not gonna say anything. She's just gonna go back to watching the house.
My god, now she's planning the murder of an entire family.
No, now she's planning Ragnar's murder. He knows too much.
Also,
mean,
I
you
just
have no
realized
proof.
something.
Yeah, Ragnar has no proof, but he has an idea that she is more involved than she's saying.
Also, would Ragnar know about your past history?
No,
He doesn't know.
I don't know.
So I just realized something. Why did I keep coming to Bane if there's literally a fucking Academy of Wizardry right here?
Because Bane is best.
We had a contact with Bane.
Yeah.
He gives us a discount.
Oh yeah, she did. Never mind.
So, on to slightly more happy subjects, Aurelia. Carla, are you still concerned about her appearance?
Without looking at you, Aurelia just say, "Well, yes, I know of no magic, at least in my race, that can do that to someone. So yeah, I'm a bit worried. You could say that."
Well, this is something that stays within our warband. Bane made me swear that before I took the potion to help her. It seemed to have healed her and had a slight unexpected, but still expected, I think, by some side effect. Carla saw something and she was quite distressed by it.
Aurealia's gonna, she's leaning forward a little bit, looking at the house. She's gonna stop. She's gonna look back at Ragnar. I'm sorry, Ellie. Are you telling me that the result has happened before?
Well, when Bane gave it to me, he seemed that it had been tested before. So...
Ragnar, are you literally telling me that Ragnar expected results similar to the ones that happened to Carla?
I didn't
Which
expect
apparently-
those results. Do you mean Bane?
Sorry, Ragnar. Are you telling me Bane expected results similar to what happened to Carla? Because you do realize what that implies, right?
That he's done it before. Yes.
That it almost didn't help at all.
And why on earth? You said Carla saw something? What
Yeah.
did she see?
For what I remember, you've mentioned about them stabbing and putting something on your heart, didn't you? Last session. So
But it was very unclear.
yeah, so I just kind of quote as best what she said. I was like, She was rambling though a lot. I had to get Livia and Casper in to come calm her down. I mean, I'm not much use anyway. I don't deal with magics. None of us dwarves do.
Somewhere in the northern thunderclap strikes.
What? None of us dwarves do use magic. That was not a lie.
It was a reference to Chaos Dwarfs.
Keep deluding yourself.
Really took her head to the side and say, This is very interesting information, Ragnar. Well, the
Yes.
fact that something apparently Kali got stabbed while she was doing this is weird, but I mean, she looks like she's a tiny little kid now, so I don't know what's not weird in this case.
Yes, well, I think that weirdness is why Bane impressed on such secrecy.
It's just gonna shrug. I'm not related to magic in any way, so I can't really say much.
Aren't all
That
you
was a
elves?
There was a
Magic.
row for Reddit. Remember that her sister is a bloody mage. She
Yeah.
forgot.
I was gonna say, aren't all you elves magical in some way? Seems to come easier to you than most.
Well, in some ways yes, and others no, Ragnar. I mean, I can't do magic for shit. I can do beautiful magic with my arrows, but not much more after that.
That's application of physics.
That's science.
Hey, what I do is so good that it's almost magic.
No, it's application of physics.
I mean, I can work metals like a gold magician, so I see your point. But yeah, I don't either. I'm sure Livia or Casper can give us a better explanation later.
Probably. No, this is an odd feeling. Ira is gonna turn around, look at the house again. I feel as if there's something nagging at the back of my head, like banging, like there's someone slapping its own face. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Do you want me to smack you on the back of the head just to see if it jogs your memory?
I would not advise that, Master Dwarf. You see, I quite like you. Don't do something like that, please.
It was merely a suggestion. Some of us dwarves do need some percussive maintenance now and again. Figured it was the same for you elves. Was not meant as an insult or a threat.
Probably just need to commune with the forest again. Oh well. So, how long do you think good old Mario is going to be in there?
I don't know, but with the money he was flouting about, I'd rather not see it get taken from him. If at all
Fair
possible.
enough. I guess we just sit back, relax, and wait here in the shadows.
And hope that little girl doesn't recognize you again.
Ira's gonna cock her head to the side and say, "Recognize me, Ragnar?" I just hope she doesn't see me again. Apparently that kid has an ego.
Remember, child slaughter is actual crime under the Imperial law.
And you have multiple cases of shots.
Good thing I don't, abide by Imperial law. I'm an elf.
Well, you do. That's the thing. You're in the Imperial territory.
Yeah. It wouldn't do very well for your queen if you go round and get found out slaughtering children. There will be
I'll also
questions
find a way he
raised.
knows. Well, someone does know, but
There are other elves, you know. I mean, well, you're the only group that came this way. Other groups have gone into Bretonia and shit. But, you know, there are other elves afoot. And the Badlands. So an hour passes. You're watching well enough to notice that David begins to, like, he leaves and all of his siblings are gathered round him. He somehow managed to get the pike in to the house, but it was sticking halfway out. Like, probably 3/4 out, to be honest. They didn't shut the door, they just left it open. No, roll 20. Why?
What's it done?
The Soon Raccoon has been interrupted. It's okay, he doesn't do anything. He just sits there and... Shut up. He just sits there and, you know, does camera work. And a fine job you do. So, you guys see David, like, as he's leaving, he picks up his pike. The family help him, you know, get it back up and into the air. He says goodbye to everyone. His mum just looks like in shock, and as he starts to leave, like tears are coming down as she raises a dirty handkerchief to wipe away. My dear boy, grown up to be such a man. They're waving goodbye. Goodbye, David. We love you, son. Remember where you came from, the slums of Nuln. I know, Mum. Bye. See you, 11 siblings.
11? Jesus.
It's the Dark Ages, man.
It's
Most of them won't get.
not that much.
Most of them won't get. But this is fantasy Dark Ages. Most of them won't get to like the next year. Plague, famine, you know, war, disease.
Good news is, if they make it to adulthood, they're pretty good.
3 out of 11 that survived.
That's why she has 11. So 3 of them will make it.
But technically, he had 12. One of them's already dead.
Well, you know,
Or missing.
the eldest, who you guys know is dead. And Geddy knows, or Casper knows that this is the family related. It all links up. You guys are able to quickly disappear into the shadows as David Mario comes walking through with his standard waving high. Loads of slummers are just looking, just like, wow, what is this? Why is he so well? Like, he came in his dress uniform, you know, but of course he did. So yeah, and he's just going along, looking very proud. You guys come along. Would he? I don't think he would. Like, I think. Well, hang on. He's got an intelligence of 20. Let's let him roll. So, what would it be for? So, okay, we get willpower to see if he fell in love with Carla. He didn't.
No.
He was just trying to be a gentleman. So.
Oh,
Are you sure it's not the other way around? Because he failed.
yeah.
No. He was just. Remember, he came from the golden hammer, so he was already training to be, you know, a little servant to help out where needed, and maybe he was just being a gentleman. But you're all like, no, he's gonna be a sex pervert. We don't want him.
Oh, we did take him to the brothel that one time.
You did, and you don't know what he got up to. So you guys are able to make your way back, easily following him. He doesn't get accosted. It's probably because of how well dressed he is and the fact he's got a 12-foot pokey stick with him. It's like, let's not.
There are easier targets around.
Someone might care about him. Let's not.
No
You
one will care
guys-
about his family that he just dropped 30 gold coins at.
Yeah, they don't know that. He did all that
But you said
inside.
the door was open.
Well, there was no speaking of it. It's just money passed
Yeah, I
over and
know.
ding, 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 ding. But anyway, so he goes back to the 3 crowns, paying his 2 copper for passing over the bridge. Yeah, he would then. It's probably getting a bit late to go shopping, so he goes back to the 3 crowns. So, did anyone want to do anything else with this evening, or did you just want to meet up and discuss plans?
We're really just gonna go back to chilling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off and do some rune crafting.
I probably arrive at the inn around 7 for dinner.
So yeah, you arrive back, Blackhand. Maybe Carla is around, Olivia, if they're not like on the boat chilling out.
I'm there anyway.
By the way, how early did I arrive at the forge?
Casper's
You
just in
really-
his room.
Yeah, true.
So add another 8 hours to my firearm thingy.
Sure.
You really will go check up on Casper, see if he's fine, but it can be hand waved.
Yeah, no, you can go up and check on Casper if you so wish. He's just, as you knock on the door, just researching, just going over, looking at some of the items. Like the tools are there, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Lydia would
The
probably be
blowpipe
on the
as well.
boat, inspecting everything.
Oh, sorry, the blowpipe's gone.
And
Forget about that.
Yeah, we saw.
bringing
that.
stuff over to our own room.
Sure. You have your own room, and you can check out the facilities that Humperdinck has got for you. Your plants are all. Well, I've put 4 down. I can't remember how many you had exactly, but they're all thriving. Mary, I think her name is. She is looking after the. Did it say Mary under your? No, sorry,
I
it's
have
Noelle.
to check. It was
Actually,
something with E at the beginning, I think.
no, it's Noelle. That's her. That's her token name. I
Yeah.
might have said something else. I did mark it down on the boat character sheet in the journal that you bought her a lucky charm. Although I think I named her something else, but I'll correct that. But yeah, no, she's there. Your plants are growing well. The room for your magical and tincturing and apothecariness is actually quite decent. You're quite surprised that Humperdinck put all this together. And whilst you were there, you go over and you check on your flowers and your roses and herbs and things. You look up on the railing, something colourful catches your eye. Just out the corner of your eye, they're fluttering. You look over and that is most definitely a bird, a songbird of the Elven Woods. It's got a small parcel tied to its leg. As you make eye contact with it, Livia, when it opens its mouth to sing, you don't hear song. The words of your former master, or perhaps your current master. You have done
Lydia's
well.
still here.
You have done well, my child. I have suffered much by letting you go so young, but I can see that my decision was wise. Your final test that you must seek out. Head northeast. A corruption lies there that you must cleanse. To do this, you must look away from the old traditions that bind our hands, and embrace the inspiration that only the young can truly understand. Go with your heart and unlock more than our ancestors ever forgot. And then the last words are, I hope to see you again one day. The passing, all of us.
I'll return. Once I'm done here.
And as you remove the package from the small bird's leg, looking inside, you would see that it is an elven bowstring.
Okay, I'll give that to Irelia next time I see her.
Sure. And the bird takes flight, disappearing off into the sky.
She'd look after the bird.
So as you take off,
Return
as
to
you
Three
take
Crowns.
off, as you take off the package, you go into your pocket, pulling out some rations or something that you had on you and breaking it up. The bird jumps onto your hand and begins to have a nibble at the offerings that you present, taking some water before a few minutes after it takes flight and off it goes.
Well, Lugia would
see-
be quite happy, and then return to the 3 Crowns.
Just before you leave the ship, you stare off as the bird takes flight. You try to keep an eye on it, but you can't. It's too small, gone too high. But there's a small, a lightness in your heart. And you hear someone from far down on the docks go, "What the fuck was that?" Wiping his head. You smile. Fucking birds. So, once you all regroup, did you want, well, all but one, because we all know someone's going to the brothel. But are you all going?
You
How
know,
long How long till Black Powder Week is over?
Tomorrow is the
was
last
day.
night.
Can we should probably all get together and actually talk about what we're putting into the boat, however. Is it the forge or is it the spell making place? Not spell making, enchanting place.
Well, essentially, there's 3 of you who, if you want, you can put in to the magic enchanting area. And then you would have to do magical things, whatever. And the 2 smiths and crafters go in on because that would be where they spend most of their time and are able to make things for Humperdinck. Oh, which I might as well bring you all over. As you're all in, well, saying that, you haven't really got that much to do, so if you do go for a drink tonight, you could go for a wander down to the boats. This is Humperdinck's new ship. It is gigantic. It's massive, like the man himself.
I like.
you just
But he's in the water. That's unfortunate.
Well,
I mean, I think he's
he's
pretty
asleep.
buoyant.
He's asleep in his bed, but
In
his
the water?
portrait is, no, he's in his bed. It says Humperdinck. He has a named token, how dare you. So, you'll see that even your coffin, Casper, will at one point be placed in a room.
Oh, cool.
You each have a room. You have your forge, your crafting area, your engineering area. You also have a ship's galley. Humperdinck hasn't mentioned if he's hired a new cook yet or not. I imagine he will before you leave. And Olivia has an area for her plants at the back. So by all means, claim a room, place your stuff down, and have a discussion about what you'll do next.
Is that a regular room or is
Oh
that
no,
cutting
the two bottom rooms, they are for the crew because there are hammocks in there and normal beds. So at the moment there are 5 people sleeping in the side rooms, that room and that room. Technically, I should have put another room for the captain.
Yeah, the captain can sleep at the wheel. It's fine.
I'll put a tent at the
usually-
back for the captain.
I usually take a corner room, but this time I'm gonna take the middle room over here.
I'll just take the last room that's left. I can see the map anyway, right now.
I'm taking the room that's right next to the forge, basically. Minimum walking to finish my daily work.
Which I actually think leaves the room closest to the, or second closest to the mage area for Olivia. Yes, you can have all of your stuff brought over as well. if you want.
Okay.
So essentially, all these areas will give you a +10 to crafting. If you're crafting something, if the end goal is to have something at the end, it'll give you a +10. Unfortunately, this doesn't work for spells or rituals. Humperdinck knows nothing about spells or rituals. He's asked Bane for the bare basics of what he knows. So he was like, well, I want them to make me things, so put things in there that help them make me things. And that's what Bane did. So he didn't know that this area was meant to be for ritual casting or spell production or anything like that.
I have a feeling that similarly, this won't also give me a bonus to rune crafting because, let's face it, no one would ever tell him
No,
anything about that.
He just doesn't know what you would need to assist in. Like, if you wanted to craft your own sword, cool, you get a +10 to it, and then you can add your own runes to it, which is all on you.
Yeah,
He tried.
it's fair. He did. And he did good. So.
But for Blackhand, when or whenever you manage to get onto the ship, you would notice that this is basically a fully equipped engineer's workshop. Because Humperdinck is an engineer himself, he knew exactly what you would need. There's even a mini lathe there, which you don't know
right,
how
so we
the
got
fuck he
both
got that.
on the boat?
Yes, the bottom
I thought it was
one
one or the
is...
other.
No,
Oh,
the bottom
okay.
one is Forge and Engineering. And the top is Potions and Magical Enchanting.
Alright then, if the magic users want to pay it off, I'll throw 50 gold in for it. I believe that's
Yeah, sure.
just... Yeah, Livia and Carla?
Carla, do you have 50 gold to put into the Magical Enchanting area?
I do.
Okay. So now we're not just forced to do research for Humperdinck.
Alright.
By the way, Always said he can't really speak at the moment. In case you're wondering.
Ah, yes. No, I do remember him saying something along those lines earlier on.
Okay.
I was in the wrong chat. So sure. The two dwarves can decide later on if they would like to pay for this or if they're quite happy just making stuff for Humperdinck to sell on. So yeah, you can basically this evening you can go out, have a look at the ship, go around, watch the fireworks if you so wish, or just do research.
I may have something to do.
Sure. What would you like to get up to?
The young ginger girl. Casper would like to pay her a visit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Sure.
Don't take another from that family.
No.
So I tell you what, you're gonna have because she's quite a specific thing. You know to look for in the slums. Give me a gossip test with a minus 20.
My streetwise. Oh, that's not. We're not criminal underworld only. Never mind. Okay, minus 20. Ooh, I'm gonna use a what do you call it?
Lucky charm.
Lucky charm. Where did I put it? Gossip. Minus 20. Oop, that's 30. Oh, son of a.
So you walk around for an hour or so, and you just can't find her. After an hour, you can roll again.
Okay. Oh, can I do that now then?
Yeah. This isn't like trying to find an item or something. You're just spending a lot of time looking for someone.
There we go.
You let me just roll quickly to see. No. So you find someone who they seem to know who you're talking about. They say that they'll tell you for silver. You're in the slums.
Very well. Yeah, no, that's fine.
He seems quite happy with what he's got.
I
points.
don't actually have a silver, so I'm going to give him 24 brass pennies.
Sure, you can break down money whenever you want. You don't need to go to money changers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then I was like, do you know what? I really can't be fucked with them needing to do that. Let's just automatically somehow a coin. Just you chuck a coin in the air and you catch like 10 silver. It's like, there we go. There's one for you.
All right, I give him a silver.
He points you in the direction, and he gives you pretty good verbal directions. He's like, all right, go down that road, and you'll see a broken barrel. You take a right at the broken barrel, and then you walk a bit further, and you'll see a sign that's pointing down to the floor, and it says like 4th Street to the floor. Yeah, you want to go left at that.
Thank you.
There's a big family of gingers around there, almost a community. Filthy gingers. Spits on the ground.
I shrug my shoulders and walk off in that direction. I'll come up to the house and knock upon the door.
One moment, please. One moment. You hear this like weird noise from inside the house, and then it stops, and someone seems to pat themselves down and get up, but you can hear some like they're aching. They're making all the noises of an old man, and making an old woman. I'm making more male noises myself nowadays. A couple of moments later, the door opens, and there is she's not particularly old. She's in her late 30s, which for this time is
Aged, but not, old.
But she's had a hard life. a really hard life, it appears. Her fingertips are grubby and dirty, almost greasy, in fact. You can just about see as the door opens that she seems to have, like, there's perhaps bags in there, like, I can't remember the name for the types of bags, but the big cloth ones.
Oh,
It's not hemp. It's
canvas? No, not
essentially
canvas.
she's weaving wool. That's what she's turning wool into string.
Oh, okay, alright. Yeah, that is.
There's
It's like hempen bags, yeah.
there's like this there's like a candle somewhere flickering. Tiny bit of light as she opens the door crack and yes,
Okay.
can I?
Hello, miss. I have heard that due to recent events, you have lost someone, and I wish to pay my condolences.
Oh, yes. My son, he had an accident with fireworks, some crackers.
So I've heard. I have also heard that your daughter is afflicted with something, you could say, shock, possibly.
Yes, she's gone in the head. Sadly, hasn't been right since. Nothing I can do, but well, I pray to the gods that she'll get better. Maybe one of the priests or priestesses will take pity on her. But
Do you mind if I try and have a word with her? I believe I have something that might help.
Let me have a. So normally I say NPCs are on 30. Sometimes I let them go up to 50. I'm sorry. Who are you exactly? I know we're poor, and you're so well dressed. I just. Any credentials?
My name is Casper. I have no last name. You could say I'm a student of Moore.
Oh.
Wow. Wow, it does.
Can I get a deception? Oh. Okay, I'll tell you now. She's gotten an 18. The way you're well dressed. She is intimidated. I will give you a plus 20 because again, she's a peasant.
Yeah.
So she may have got 1 point higher than you, but like I said, with a 30, 50 target area zone for you annihilate. She's I certainly hope. Come on in. I'm sorry for the state of things, but she's sat in the corner there, just staring at the shadows from the lights at the moment.
Very well. What is her name?
Ellie.
What was her name again? Ellie. Okay. Alright, I'll approach and crouch down in front of her. Trying to get her to look in the eye and everything, and... Excuse me, little miss, can you hear me?
She's looking at the. Let me just give her a roll for a moment. She's looking at the shadows playing across the back of the house, basically. And as you come closer, do you cast a shadow?
I do, not by moonlight.
Okay. So as you come through the candlelight, a shadow is placed upon the wall, and you can see her visibly tense all of a sudden. And then she kind of relaxes a little bit as the shadow's two too big. The house is too small to cast a small, thin silhouette of. Anyway, so she tenses up, and she doesn't move her head, but you can visibly see her eyes do dart over to you.
Well, my name is Casper. I would like to help you. I heard about your brother, and I hope to let you know that he's on to a better place. But to show you, and I reach into my bag, I pull out an hourglass. Can you please hold onto this?
Okay, so first of all, give me a charm test with a minus 40.
Okay. Okay.
So she's not sure to start off with. You have to placate her a little bit, and you're enough of a smooth talker that I'll give you that you can spend some, it takes you longer to be able to get her to hold the hourglass, but after some placating, she does outstretch a hand and take the hourglass.
Okay. As she'd hold it, I just tell her to turn it over and just watch the sands while I talk to someone. And I cast Grief's End.
So she turns over the hourglass,
My dog.
and this girl's probably never seen an hourglass before, so she sees the sand trickling down, and he almost holds it so that it's in the light more, so that, and again, for us in the modern age, we take shiny things for granted, but sand on with the right light reflecting off as they fall through can give off just a little, almost look shiny, and she really does transfix on it as you cast your spell.
Okay. Oh, just no more. Oh, wait, I have to... Sorry.
Yes, excellent. Excellent. Nuffle has given me what I want. I see doubles.
Oh, great.
Oh
Great.
no.
It's okay. It's only minor. It should be fine.
Oh
Mhm.
no. He's gonna get the super big sad now.
No. It doesn't happen like that.
Just 1 second, I need to get something up. Right, so I'm rolling on Wrath, or not Wrath, Zinja's Curse.
Yes.
And Lower Death.
It's only a little one. He's only a little magical fart.
Minor Extend.
Does he magically shit himself?
Possibly.
Okay.
Ah, that's easy. That's
Yeah.
good.
It's irrelevant.
Sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, has next to no effect. So you've realised that something's gone wrong, but the spell goes off and works, and you're not really sure what happened. You feel a bit numb almost to your magical power, but it's not important.
Oh god. Thank fuck. Alright.
So you speak comforting words to an individual bereft of a recent passing of a blood relative. The target pain is lessened as their understanding of fate deepens. Any effect of fear or terror, any characteristic penalties, and any effects of insanity that were brought on by the deaths are eliminated or nullified.
Yep, so I just whisper her. just whisper that trying to ease the pain of losing the brother, and I'd leave the hourglass with her. And when I believe it's done, I stand up and begin making my way out.
So once you finish with your words, she stares still transfixed at the hourglass, which is only 1/3 gone. But just as you stand up, you can see the tears begin to roll down her cheeks. And just as you go to exit, the girl turns round and... Who are you?
My name is Casper. That's it.
And the door shuts.
I'll make my leave.
As the door shuts, you can hear a tiny voice, croaky as if not spoken for a very long time, and the sound of the mother weeping and crying out to thank more. You may remove 2 insanity points from your insanity pool. Not that this will help you much, but there is at least part of you that genuinely, the humanity that is not affected by the curse that you are under, celebrates with this. And you can genuinely feel something inside you burn in pain. But not you. You don't feel the pain. It's not like an organ inside hurts. You just feel something like your morale has lifted, your humanity has lifted, and this curse is just like, yeah.
Where's the magic?
Just a magical indigestion.
As I leave and start walking back, part of me is going to start not hyperventilate, but just my breathing is deepening. I'm looking from side to side a little bit more. And okay, settle.
I would actually say you're not under the effects of depression for a short time. Roll me 1d5.
Okay.
As you have a genuine sense of you doing some good. I'll say there's a +1 to this. Minimum of at least 2 hours.
3.
For 3 hours, you feel genuinely good and appeased.
Okay. And I'll return to my room, and happy with myself, I'll return to my books.
Yeah, that's amusing. That's highly amusing. So, as the night goes on, it probably took you a bit longer to get her to hold the glass. So it was maybe double what you expected. So rather than 15 minutes, probably like half an hour spent with the girl and casting and everything.
Okay.
But then you did spend 2 hours looking for someone to give you directions to where she lived.
Yeah. So it took a lot longer than I anticipated, but yeah, that's fine.
So, if there's nothing else to go over, you can indeed return to the 3 crowns. Would you inform anyone of your good deed, or let it go
Nope.
Okay.
Just remember, no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is true. So you were able to go back and do a bit of research for the rest of the evening. By now the fireworks would have just started probably, So people are gathering at the. There's just crowds of tourists and annoying twats just walking around trying to sell you shit. And as you get back to the Three Crowns, you've got a really good view just from your room whilst you're studying. If you wanted to take a look out, but for the rest of you who aren't studying or working, there's a real buzz if you decide to get drunk tonight. There's a real party atmosphere in the air, as there are most nights of Gunpowder Week. But we move on to the last day of Black Powder Week. Was there anything anyone wanted to do?
Cocaine.
I love how you failed that roll.
Exactly like my infection, except
Oh.
drugs.
So, it's a toughness test now, isn't it? Or
No, we got rid of that.
oh yeah, so
Yeah,
it's just
we
1d10.
got-
Okay.
So you're basically having to use the stuff.
Oh god damn it! I mean, I got no
So no-
depression
no-
for today.
You got no depression for the day, so you'll feel good and happy throughout the entire day. So that's a bonus. But you are addicted, so yeah. And your supply
addicted
is
to
going down.
Wolf crack.
So, was there anything people wanted to do today? And we are going to be ending the episode up pretty soon.
That's right.
I'm just checking if there were no mad adventures that were going to be done. You weren't going to be like, no, we're going to go and steal that Gromril from that fucking door just before we leave.
Don't tempt me.
Yes.
Do not tempt me.
I'll give you
I
a
would
chisel.
I would go shopping with our young squire,
Sure.
but that
So-
can be done off screen.
For any shopping or anything like that, we will basically do that off screen, and in the next episode we'll come back to the last evening before setting off the next day onwards to new adventures. So
I had something I wanted to do, but I think that was fixed.
Did you want to go and console or kill the young girl?
oh my god, she's gonna go kill her. She's gonna go kill the girl,
No,
or she'll turn up and do damage again.
Usually when I do with things, I give them permanence. So I'll just say
Yeah,
that.
she was gonna kill her.
But my problem has been solved. I hope.
Well, she still knows, so you still have a reason to be a fucking serial killer.
True. I'm just hoping she has a different type of feeling now that her grief has been eased.
Jim, you are the fucking worst.
So
I am.
I'll
Just
give
I
like
you
love
this.
you.
I'll
I love
give you
you,
this.
but
Because Casper has done what he's done, so the girl, from what she saw on the road, she did see you quite, because you didn't have a mask on. She saw your face shooting the bottle rocket. She saw an elf, but it's the outlined figure. It's a very small girl, so the shock and the things that set her off are quite. She saw the figure and the outline and perhaps the pointy ears and just this feeling of, oh my god, that's them, that's got to be them, and then went into panic mode. But she's done that with other things. It's just the old lady only knew that she did it with bottle rockets as well. But with what Casper's done, she's basically going to forget about all of that. But we will end the episode off here. If the players want to buy anything the next day, or if they forget to grab something in the next episode, they can just say they did it in that half day. We'll come back next time for when we leave Nuln and go on the rest of our adventure to Mordheim and beyond.
Yay.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. I certainly hope you've enjoyed it. I enjoy every single one of these games and episodes that I have to run. It's want to, that's the word. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Ta-ra!
Bye.
Actually, see ya.